Hey, how you doing everyone? I hope you're well today. It is a lovely day here in Taranaki, some beautiful sunshine, and even better than that, do you know what's happening? We have got a household build for my Good versus Evil base game Let's Play. And look, we even have an inspiration! I don't always have an inspiration, but today I had an inspiration, and it's for my Bruce family. Now, let's talk about the Bruces because, well, they're something. So they're actually one of my evil households. So this is going to have a darker look to it, and I kind of felt that they were a more modern family. So it's going to have quite a modern suburban kind of look to it. Not like outwardly super evil to look at, but it is on the darker side, and it kind of reflects their darker personalities. So the Bruces are, we have Otto and his much younger wife Abigail. So Abigail married Otto thinking he was rich, and Otto deliberately misled Abigail into thinking he was rich. Now look, he's doing okay in life, but he's not the wealthy magnate that he made himself out to be, and quite frankly that made Abigail quite unhappy, and unfortunately for her she was pregnant when she found out that he wasn't the rich man she thought he was. So she turned quite bitter, and these two don't like each other, Otto and Abigail, and it's kind of gone down through the family. So we have the eldest daughter Samantha and the youngest child Asher, and they are all very unpleasant. The kids are kind of spoiled and horrible, and yeah, they don't like each other, they don't really like anyone else, and they're all pretty miserable people. Yeah, and they kind of deserve to be miserable because they're not very nice. Well, yeah. So this is going to be their house that they are going to live in. I'm just working on a room upstairs for that, for the, I think it's going to be the master bedroom is going to be upstairs. So just working on that and getting the shape of it, and working out the roofing situation. I did have trouble with the roof, it just wasn't quite working for me, but I got there kind of in the end. And so there's quite a bit of decking around the front, which is quite cool, and a nice amount of space. And I actually really enjoyed doing the landscaping in this one, because it was something quite different from what I'd done before. I think very modern landscaping, so I thought that was quite cool, and that worked with the inspiration for this build, because if you look at the front of the inspiration, there's yeah, that sort of more modern landscaping where it's really playing with the grasses and the bark and that sort of thing. So I kind of went with that feel for the garden, because I just didn't feel like any of them really were going to be nurturing, garden-y type of people. So yeah, that really worked for their personalities, I felt. So with this build, if you don't know, with all of my builds in my Let's Play for my Good versus Evil Let's Play, my whole aim with each of the builds, because I replaced all of the builds that were there in Willow Creek, and the whole idea is that I had to use the same amount of bedrooms, same amount of bathrooms, and the same value house roundabout. So with this particular build, we are building on the Parkshore lot, and the house that was on there was worth around about 101,951 simoleons. So that's what we're aiming to use in this build roundabout, and it's a 4-bedroom 3-bathroom house. So it's actually quite roomy, because when you look at, I mean, yeah, if you look at Oakenstead, for example, the largest lot in Willow Creek, that's also a 4-bedroom and 3-bathroom, and we've got nowhere near that amount of room on this lot. So yeah, quite a lot of bathrooms and bedrooms for this size lot, to how they were building the original lots anyway in Willow Creek. Yeah. So anyway, I'm just starting on working out the landscaping and how that's going to go. I actually gonna have like a little fenced off area around the back. They've got a pool, and yeah, I moved the building back because I thought there needed to be more landscaping around the front. That just sort of felt like it would. These are the kind of people that want to showcase that they might have money, even if they don't have a lot of money. Not as much as Abigail thought they did anyway. But yeah, they seem like the kind of people that would like to show off and be like, oh, look at our beautiful landscaping and our beautiful house. And yeah, so I moved the house back so there would be more room around the front to show off, and so that's quite a small backyard as such, but we've put a pool in there, and I think that's good for the kids. It's the kind of thing that they would like to show off about as well, tell their friends how, oh, you should come around to the pool. If they have friends, I mean, they're not very nice people, so maybe they don't have a lot of friends. Even like, I don't know, I don't even feel like they would get along that well with the worsts, but I don't know yet. Let's see. We'll see in the Let's Play whether or not these guys will get along with my most evil of evil families, the worst. So I'm just at the moment placing some plants, so like the ferns and grasses, and yeah, those sort of plants that work with the more modern sort of barky kind of garden. So I'm working around the flow of the path at the moment, and then I'll sort of do that and then change my mind and actually end up filling the whole lot in, I think, because it just kind of looked weird off, see how on the left hand side it with the brown and then into the green, it just looked strange. So I kind of rethought what I was doing with that front area. I just, yeah, looked too weird to me, so I ended up just filling the whole lot in and going with that. Yeah, this is the point where I realized, this is just looking weird. I filled the whole lot in. I think that's going to look better, and I believe it did look better. So that's what we went with, and I'm going to have a little with the rocks and stuff like that. I think that just sort of added that modern touch to that whole garden landscaping area. So I'm just starting to go inside, and I'm getting the lights in and the stairs and working that out, and I realized that I did not have the roof finished on the top, and so yeah. So just finishing off the roof there with the angles, and going to do the same on the other side, and starting on the windows. So because it's sort of that raised roof in front, there's not as much room as usual for putting the windows in. So I went with that triple Basegame window that has none of the divisions in the pane, which is a little bit more, I think, modern looking, and the larger modern windows in the downstairs area where there's more space to put them. So the stairs, I had a little play around with the stairs. I didn't like having just a straight up kind of stair in that area, so I wanted to do the bend, because I think that worked better for the space, and I could put something more easily behind the stairs as well, which did actually end up working quite well. And just choosing the roof colour at the moment, so we went with a dark black, sort of, it's dark grey, dark brown, dark black, I don't know, it's kind of kind of one of those in-between colours, but I think it's supposed to be black. And we went with a dark brown column and dark brown stairs. So as I said, it's going to be quite a dark colouring build. Dark coloured build. But that was the vibe I was going for, something, you know, and I think that worked with the landscaping as well, with the brown and the landscaping, and then having the darker house. Yeah, so it ended up being quite good as far as that went. And I went with a couple of different textures on the outside as well. But I don't think it was that easy to see in this lighting. The lighting's not super duper great on this lot at this time of day, apparently. But there is a couple of different textures. So we've got a wood, and might even be the you know, I think it's just a couple of types of wood. I don't think I did any other cut. I don't think I did a brick or anything. And I am just working on fixing the front of the house. I think that looks better with the little column coming out, and it just adds a bit of depth to the front, and a bit more modern, I think, too, with that little column look. So that modern contemporary suburban. So you can see it's sort of coming together with the windows and the decking. I've coloured a slightly redder brown. That was kind of how it was in the inspiration. So that's what I went with, and I think that ended up being a good decision because it popped that colour out a bit more and added a bit of brightness to the front. So I did the free terrain around the back, around the pool, and then I'm doing a little feature area in the front garden as well. As I said, they're the kind of people that would like to show off. So I thought about that, and I thought, they're the kind of people that probably would like to have like a fountain and a nice area where they can sit, maybe have a chat with their frenemies. Maybe that would be the better way to put it, frenemies rather than friends. So yeah, so I made a little, I extended the garden even more. It's just, I can't help myself. Those gardens just get away on me, and you know, suddenly I've filled the whole lot with garden. I don't know what that's about, but hey, it's what happened. So I filled that up and had a little feature area with some seating and a fountain, and I'm just around the back again by the pool. I'm creating a barbecue area. There isn't going to be much in the way of lawn or anything fiddly for these people to take care of, because they simply wouldn't take care of it. They might hire someone to take care of it, however. But yes, so they've got a pretty non-green kind of backyard. So I'm just building a planter, one of my free planters, using the platform tools, so that I can put a tree in there in the sort of barbecue area, which is going to be their little shade in the barbecue area. So it's a barbecue. I went with a nice pricey barbecue in this one. How are we looking on money? 65? I mean, I still got quite a lot of money left, so I think that's good. It's not too bad for me. So getting that in, and I'm just going to move the tree over, because I was thinking it took me a little while to work out that having it in the middle really took away, sort of cut that space in half, and I didn't really have a lot of room for table and chairs, and they're going to want to sit outside and enjoy their barbecue or whatever they're going to do. That is the play area for the kids. A little strip of grass around the back. There is a bit of more space around the front where they could play as well. Well, not that Samantha really would be into that. She's more into the clubbing and hanging with her friends and that sort of thing, but Ash is still young enough to want to be outside and play. So I am inside now. I am doing the half walls round, just working out what I want to do with the half walls around the stairs and the upstairs area, and just working out the layout for the upstairs master bedroom. So it's going to be a master bedroom and stairs, not stairs. Yes, upstairs there's going to be stairs. A bathroom and the master bedroom. Ay, ay, ay. So just putting the wardrobe in. So it's not going to be closed off. It's just going to be an open kind of wardrobe. I mean, they're off by themselves upstairs, and it just kind of I thought the closed off walk-in wardrobe was just going to kind of cut off the room too much, particularly since they already had a bathroom up there as well. So yeah, so that's why I decided to go with an open wardrobe rather than the closed wardrobe. And just working on the decoration. So I actually went with a gold and black kind of aesthetic on the master bedroom. And there's a big mirror. It's kind of a bit naughty, if you know what I mean, but yeah, it kind of worked. So remember to do the curtains, so that's cool, and I really like those curtains, and I'm just going to put in some lighting. I think I actually will probably run out of money looking at this. I mean, even with like 50,000 simoleons, I don't know if I'll have enough money, but we'll see how we go. So going into the bathroom, I mean, I think that's a good decent sized bathroom actually for an ensuite, so that's quite nice. So I had the room to put in a bath and some counters, so there's a bit more space in there, which is nice. And a toilet. Oh no, I'm losing my words. They're turning into gobbledygook. So sorry, once again, just going with the sort of the black and the gold and grey in the bathroom, so just matching the bedroom there. And I just sort of fiddled around with that for a little bit. I decided that having a double sink, double mirror would be quite sensible for Otto and Abigail. And I fiddled around with the sinks because the gold wasn't matching, but that gold matched, so managed to get that right. Yeah, so Otto and Abigail, that's them sorted upstairs. So we're going to have the two kids downstairs, Samantha and Asher, so they'll have a room each, and there will be a guest room / butler bedroom. So they're the kind of people that would have a butler, I think. So yeah, I did like a little room. That's one I just drawn there, and there's going to be two bathrooms downstairs as well. So there will be a large bathroom and a smaller sort of guest bathroom for them. And the two bedrooms will go on either side of this large bathroom, which I'm about to do, which is going to have a really huge counter space. It's a really nice bathroom. I would totally want this bathroom, which is a bit too nice for these guys because they're not very nice people and they shouldn't have a nice bathroom like this. But I did a raised platform for the bath in the middle, so I thought that would be quite cool, and put in the triangle bath as just for something different, you know. And I did the half walls around the outside just to, I don't know, I thought it looked nice with the half walls around it actually. Just kind of tidied it up a little bit, made it look quite nice, like a little oasis in the middle of the bathroom. So yeah, so I did the raised platform. I think that fills the space of the bathroom quite nicely, having a little platform in there, something a little different. You could do it as I guess a lower platform as well, like lower it down and be a step down, but I went with up. And so we're going to have the bath in there, long counters, and we've got the shower and toilet, so it's a really nice big bathroom and plenty of space for the kids as they're getting older. I'm just going to put some decorations on the wall, so kind of like a little laundry area, a faux laundry area, because as you know, not a functional laundry in Basegame. And I'm going to put some towels up on the wall and just some bits and pieces. So what are they called? The soap pump, the soap dispenser. That's the one. Tissues, robes, that sort of thing. So that's all going to go up on the wall. And I'll change the colours because we are not a pink kind of family. Well, I guess Samantha maybe more pink, but the kind of look for the house that Abigail is going for. I mean, she's a pink person, but she likes the black and the gold. She's got a bright pink outfit. It's quite ugly. She's just not the classiest of ladies. She likes to stand out in her pink. But it's a dark aesthetic, and that worked with what Otto brings to the relationship as well. So he wanted dark. I know it's odd how the plants sort of sink down sometimes in platforms when you have them like that. I mean, it's easy enough just to lift them up with the Control 9, but yeah, it is a bit funny. So I actually brightened up the bathroom a little bit with white walls rather than a darker cream. I thought it just needed a little bit more brightness, and I'm just putting in some pictures just to brighten up the walls, make it lovely. So yeah, I ended up being really happy with that bathroom. I thought that was pretty. And this is the butler / guest room, whatever you want to do with that, or whatever they want to do with that. Probably butler, but just depends on the money situation, because Otto just doesn't have that amount of money. He's not that rich, much to Abigail's disappointment. So that's a little extra bedroom there. So it rounds out the bedroom count to 4, which is what it's supposed to be. So I actually got that right for once. If you've watched these other builds, you'll notice that I don't always get that right. I kind of have a bit of a habit of stuffing that up a bit, but that's okay. Can fix it as well. So that's the brilliant thing about building in Sims. You can fix your mistakes. So just putting in a bit of lighting, and then this it's the 2 bedrooms. I'm going to work on those simultaneously, just to be tricky. So I actually did end up going with pink for Samantha and then blue for Asher. So they're going to have their own distinct personalities in their rooms. So Samantha's like a typical teenage girl, but she's kind of like a typical teenage mean girl, I think would probably be the better way to put that. So she's not very nice, and she probably hangs out with the more quote mark popular girls, I guess, the ones that nobody likes but they all kind of want to hang out with, you know, the things that you see on movies and that sort of thing. I don't know how much that is a real life thing, but mean girls in the movies, that's her, that's going to be her. So she likes pretty things, she likes pink, she likes hanging out with her friends, and she does have friends, but they're all not very nice people, and they will probably get what's coming to them one day. That's what I'm imagining. So just putting in a computer desk, and I'm sort of going with blue and orange for the colors, for the color palette for Ash's room. So he's getting a computer in there, so, and a bookcase, so he can do his studying, and he gets a nice couch and curtains in there too. So it's quite a nice bedroom for a teenage boy. Well, he's not even a teenager, he's a kid. Probably would want some toys, but he doesn't have any, so too bad. He's got a computer and a book and the bookcase, so yeah, that's okay for him, I think. And then we move over to Samantha's room, which is going for the brighter sort of lavender pink in there, and a lighter flooring. So then there's the guest bathroom over here, which is just going to be white and black, same as the larger family bathroom over there. I'm just working on the lighting. I think I changed the pattern though. I don't think I keep that pattern. Yeah. So I'm just working on the placement of that so I get a good amount of lighting, and I went with the red lighting in Ash's room, which I thought actually looked quite cool. It kind of looked orangey, which kind of worked with the guitar on his bed and his desk with the orange drawers. Okay, so then the guest bathroom downstairs actually gets a bath, of all things, and sink. Oh, and a toilet. I spaced out there for a second. I was just watching. What what I did. And yeah, it's just a basic guest bathroom. I mean, nothing too fancy, just all the basics in there, but I think it's quite nice. I mean, I like a black and white bathroom. It's definitely in my aesthetic range. Nice and crisp. So then we move on to the bathroom. That is not a bathroom, that's a kitchen. Oh my, I'm losing it. Moving on to the kitchen, and as is often the case, I am changing the windows in this area just to match what I'm doing with the room. And I, much like the bathroom, I went with a black and white theme for the kitchen. It just, I thought the black and the white worked better than the black and the cream, particularly since I had the black and the white counters. Not so much. Yeah, it just kind of looked crisper and better than with the gold. So that's what I went with. And I'm gonna do like a breakfast island in there as well. But then I just, because I fiddled around with walls and that sort of thing, because I looked at the staircase and realised I wanted walls behind the staircase, and then it just got tricky with centering that island. So you'll see me fiddle around with that for a little while, because I managed to make it difficult for myself, as is my way. And I actually ended up, I don't often do this, but put sinks in the island, in the kitchen island, which is a bit different, but I think that's quite cool. And having the double sink is quite handy too, particularly since it's quite a large kitchen, and if there's quite a few Sims in there doing bits and pieces, quite handy to have the two sinks in that area, I think. So this is where I start to run into trouble with working out how I wanted to centre that kitchen island, because it looked fine where it was when I didn't have the wall, but as soon as I put that wall up behind the stairs, I was like, oh no, that doesn't work, I'm not happy with that. So fiddle around, and we finally got there in the end. So I'm going to make a little dining nook behind the stairs, but before I do that, I am going to muck around with the tiles in the kitchen. So I actually went with a white brick on there, and then it's the Retro Luxe. I went with cream and the brown, I mean not cream and brown, beige, the beige Retro Luxe wall in the living area, as I thought that kind of worked better in that section of the house, having the creamy beige kind of walls. And you know how I was talking about having the platform in the bathroom, and you could possibly go down and have a sunken bath? Well, I actually went with a sunken living area. It was just quite a square area, and I was kind of a bit not sure what to do with this big square I had. It just couldn't stay as a big square. Needed something in it, so I needed to either put in a dividing wall or do what I did, which is like a sunken living area for the TV and the couches, so like a little sunken entertainment section. And I think that ended up working out quite well, and it just divides up the room a bit. It makes it less of a big square. I mean, it's still a big square, but it doesn't quite look like that now that I've sort of sunken that down, and then there's contrast in the flooring, so it really sort of divides it up for the eye, which I thought was an improvement over what I had. But I'm really getting low on money, so the walls and stuff are a bit light on decoration, and it probably needs like more couches and stuff around there or something. So I'm starting to go through and choose some cheaper furnishing options, is the nice way to put that. Because I also have a whole section of yard that I have not attended to at all. So I did spend quite a bit of money on the landscaping, but I think it was worth it for these guys. It's the kind of thing that they would spend money on, because it's visual for the rest of the neighborhood to see who they are. So yeah, it made sense, I think. So I don't do too much with this sort of area because, well, I just didn't have money to do it. But put in an easel and a seat and a bit of garden, some bit of landscaping, and voila, that little area was done. And yeah, I am in the red now. So I'm just moving the grass around and filling that space, and I'm going to change those curtains because I still wanted some more money. I wanted to do something else there, and I went with a cheaper option on the curtains, which I think actually ended up being a good idea, and I went a cheaper option on the dresser as well, which is a little bit uglier, but oh well, it is what it is, because I didn't end up remembering about the dining table till quite late in the game, and needed my little dining nook, which I think is quite cute. Lots of window space, and I didn't have anything on the front porch, which I also needed, so just put a chair and a picnic table and a plant, and it kind of filled the space up a little bit. A couple of plants. And with that, I'm down to 181 simoleons and at the end of the build. So let's take a tour. So as you can see, we went with the real brown and dark aesthetic, but I think it's quite modern, suburban, contempo with that. So there's two different textures. So we've got the Retrolux and like I think it's a clapboard on the outside, and slightly two different kinds of browns. And they've got the nice pool and a nice barbecue area, and they've got that beautiful landscaping around the front with a fountain. I did change the big fountain out for a smaller one. Money, money, money. So I actually was really quite happy with how this build turned out. The landscaping, as I said, was something that was quite different for me, but I liked it. So going through into the inside of the house, and we have the large square lounge, which we divided up into the sunken lounge, and the beautiful black and white kitchen, which I love, and into the dining nook there by the big windows. So there's nice sunshine and a nice view in while they're eating, and through to the lounge again, the living area, which I think is a really nice entertainment area for them if they are the sort to entertain, which I feel like they kind of would be. Yeah, with their frenemies. So this is the guest bathroom. So it's just got all the nice basics in a beautiful fresh black and white, which I think is quite lovely. And then into Ash's room, which is the blue and the grey and the orange. So I think that's a nice growing young boy's room. And then into the lovely bathroom, which I would 100% like to have myself, with a big bath and all that counter space and shelving and all those lovely things that I would love to have. And the gold, I actually quite like the gold and the black and the white too. I think that works quite nicely. And then we go into Samantha's room, which is all pink and pretty and very girly, because that's the kind of girl that she is. And then there's the butler / guest room. And then back out into the living area, and we're gonna head upstairs to have a wee nosy into the master bedroom, which is upstairs, and that is in the gold and black aesthetic. So we're going for those sort of quite bold, I think they're quite bold colours really. We've got the wardrobe there, and into their ensuite, which is the gold and the black and the white. And I guess we're going to say goodbye to the Bruces, and thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate it. So tell you what, if you'd like to subscribe, I would be so happy. You can subscribe to me on Twitter, VelvettB. I mean, on YouTube, VelvettB, and Twitter, VelvettBYT, Pinterest, VelvettB Sims, and you can find this build on the gallery now, VelvettB. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Love ya. Bye.